Welcome to the Nerf Report. My name is Bryant Chappelle, and we have so much news to talk about. Disney buys 21st Century Fox. A robot writes a Harry Potter book. Look out, J.K. Rowling. Xbox One fans got PUBG this week, and finally Red Dead Redemption 2 arrives a little bit early on Grand Theft Auto Online. For the week of December 11th, this is the Nerf Report.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably the biggest news this week was Disney buying 21st Century Fox for $52.4 billion with a B dollars. According to the deal, 21st Century Fox will spin off Fox Broadcasting Company, Fox Sports, Fox News, Fox television stations, and a handful of other assets into a new company that will have a revenue of $10 billion. Leaving Disney with the ownership of Fox's film and television production, along with distribution rights, meaning that Disney now owns properties like Star Wars Episode 4, Deadpool, Fantastic Four, The X-Men, Avatar, Planet of the Apes, Alien, Kingsman, Modern Family, Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, This Is Us, Empire, American Horror Story, Futurama, The Simpsons, Family Guy, and so much more. The deal also leaves Disney with a 60% ownership of Hulu, which to me is probably the most interesting part of this entire acquisition. Disney has been very open in the past when it comes to their own live streaming platform. They've openly said they are moving away from Netflix and creating two new streaming platforms. One for properties like Marvel, Disney, and Pixar, while the other will be sport-orientated with ESPN and sport events occurring on that platform. Where does Hulu fall into that? I have no idea, but one thing's for sure, this will probably be the most interesting story of 2018, the future of Hulu, and I cannot wait to see how this story unfolds. There has also been a lot of excitement around this merger for comic book fans because the Marvel Cinematic Universe is now one step closer to completion. That's right, we're looking at you, Sony. Give up Spider-Man. However, many Deadpool fans are worried that Disney's acquisition of Fox spells doom for the R-rated franchise. Yeah, I could see that being a problem. But never fear, Bob Iger came out on a conference call with investors to say, hey, you know, there's actually a place for R-rated Disney movies. And since we're on the topic of buyouts, mergers, and acquisitions, I think that this is a perfect time for me to talk directly to Bob Iger. Hello, sir. I know you watch this show, love it, and actually comment on every single video. But I would like to take an opportunity and put my business cap on and give you the sales presentation of a lifetime. So you're worried about R-rated movies? Don't worry, I've got you covered. What you need is the D, Disney's new adult-oriented movie studio. The D will be your source for R-rated movies like Deadpool and Logan. We understand that family-friendly isn't for everyone, so when you need something a little more extra or something with a little more oomph, we'll give you the D. Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption 2 might be the most highly anticipated game of 2018, but it made a small appearance before the year was over in Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto Online. Grand Theft Auto Online players will receive an in-game invitation that hints at rumors of a lost relic from the frontier. This will entail a scavenger hunt for players to take pictures at various landmarks, and it'll unlock a new gun, the double-action revolver for Grand Theft Auto Online. Players will then be able to participate in the Headshot Challenge, and if you win, you'll get $250,000 in in-game currency and unlock the double-action revolver for Red Dead Redemption as well. Look out, J.K. Rowling, there's a brand new Harry Potter author on the market, and spoiler alert, it's a robot. That's right, Harry Potter and the Portrait of What Looked Like a Large Pile of Ash is the latest edition in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. The latest edition in Harry Potter was the result of a project by Botnik Studios in which they had a robot study and analyze J.K. Rowling's writing patterns throughout all 7 Harry Potter books, and then told it to write its own chapter of its own book, and what resulted is either really weird or ridiculously awesome. Here's a few excerpts. Leathery sheets of rain lashed at Harry's ghost as he walked across the grounds towards the castle. Ron was standing there and doing a kind of frenzied tap dance. He saw Harry and immediately began to eat Hermione's family. "Locked," said Mr. Staircase, the shabby robed ghost. They looked at the door, screaming about how closed it was, and asking it to be replaced with a small orb. The password was "Beef Women," Hermione cried. Harry could tell that Voldemort was standing right behind him. He felt a great overreaction. Harry tore his eyes out from his head and threw them into the forest. Voldemort raised his eyebrows at Harry, who could not see anything at the moment. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds made its highly anticipated debut on Xbox One and Xbox One X consoles, selling 1 million copies in 48 hours. That is insane numbers right there. Having spent the last 4 days playing the game, I gotta say, it feels ridiculously good. A lot better than I thought it would feel. I honestly thought the game was gonna suck. That being said, there are glitches, there's some pretty bad crashes throughout the game, and there are some frame dropping issues, but that is to be expected with early access titles. That being said, dear gaming media, we need to talk. I have not been a stranger when it comes to criticizing some of the biggest flaws in modern day gaming media. I honestly think that currently nostalgia outweighs honesty, and fandoms make it really difficult to give an honest opinion on anything. So many reporters will tell you Transformers was the best movie of the year, and honestly speaking, who the hell feels that way? But with that, I really think we need to have a conversation about reviewing games as full releases when they're still in early access. With the early access release of PUBG on the Xbox One, gaming media from around the world rushed online to post their gaming reviews of an early access game, because to quote Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last. Because in the world of gaming media, if you're not the first one to post the article talking about a brand new game, you're doing your job wrong. Doesn't matter if you're doing it right, you gotta be first. Now, to be fair to most gaming media companies, developers will often send copies of the game to the gaming media companies for them to review and post-release articles along with the release of the actual game. But that was not the case with PUBG, because PUBG is still in early access. In the world of gaming, developers will use early access programs to release their games to market as quick as possible. Normally, it's used for one of two reasons. Either one, they want an influx of cash to further along the development of the game, or two, use that moment of early access for the developer to listen to the gaming community and what the gamers actually want from the game and build the game around that. Both ways are perfectly fine. In fact, early access has been used with games like Minecraft, Ark Survival Evolved, Don't Starve, Subnautica, DayZ, and Fortnite have all used early access to assist in the development of their game. Now, the only drawback to early access is that if a game is purchased in early access, you are getting an incomplete title. In fact, you also run the risk of that game never being completed, and you just have this really weird alpha beta stage of the game. GamingIndustry.biz posted a really interesting study back in 2014 in which they said of all the games that got entered into Steam's early access program, only 25% of them are actually completed. Now, you would think that a game under early access would be treated with a little more fairness as it's not a completed game, but that didn't stop companies like US Gamer, Metro, NDTV, The Verge, Cultural Vultures, GameSpot, Polygon, The Know, and Games Radar all posted reviews of PUBG in early access as if it was a full release. Now, I completely understand the need to talk about things that are relevant and the need to post articles that are going to lead to more clicks. But I feel that you're not only doing yourself a disservice, but you're also doing a huge disservice to the gaming industry and developers by treating all games under the exact same microscope. Early access games should not be held to the same reviewing standards as a full release game. Developers that release their game into an early access program know that they are releasing an unfinished product. So should gaming media. We should treat it differently. Because if we treat early access games to the same scrutiny that we do a full release game, we stomp out any innovation. We stomp out any risk taking. We should encourage it. We should embrace it. Because gaming can get really stale really, really quickly. I, for one, encourage early access. And finally, we come to my favorite segment, Nerfed in 60 Seconds, where we take the week's remaining news, put it into one segment, and try to cover it as quick as possible in 60 seconds. So, with that in mind, let's put 60 seconds on the clock, and go. Grand Theft Auto Online introduced a brand new update called the Doomsday Heist, in which you and your friends compete against a terrorist trying to achieve a Doomsday event in Los Santos. Developer Jam City introduced Harry Potter mobile RPG game titled Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Still no release date yet. Nintendo announces that they are doubling down on mobile games, meaning those of you spending too much money on Pocket Camp better get a job or loan to pay for all these new games. Ghost Recon's introduces the Predator coming to the Wildlands. Disgruntled Hyperkin employee introduces a portable N64, and I need this, now. Atari is delaying pre-orders for the upcoming Atari Box console. Friday the 13th introduced a brand new camp counselor. Pokemon Crystal is coming to the 3DS. Fez is coming to the iOS or iPhone devices. Season 2 of The Punisher just got greenlit by Netflix. Overkill introduces footage for their new Walking Dead game, and Mount Your Friends 3D is coming to Steam in 2018. And that just really doesn't seem necessary. I think we made it right under the buzzer. But with that, that is it for this week's episode of the Nerf Report. If you like what you saw, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, but please, more importantly, share it with your friends. As always, my name is Brian Chappelle, you are you, and this has been the Nerf Report. Thanks for watching.